Okay, let's just do a little tour of the software. This machine happens to be running Windows XP, as you can see here. Um, these two icons right here, this is the Eclipse design software. It's a little pencil, stylized pencil. This is the Eclipse cut software, and this is what we're going to use. So if we start the design software by double clicking, it opens up with a default mat. So this is 11 by 14 mat, 11 by 14. It's a double mat, so there's two layers. So down here you can see there's two layers. Okay, if we add an opening, now we've added an opening, a default opening, comes in at 5 by 7. You can adjust it up or down using these buttons. If you use the right button, it goes by a whole inch. If you use the left button, it goes by the increment that you have set in your options menu. If I want to decorate this, every rectangle, every opening starts out as a rectangle. So I go over here to the corner selector and I click on one of the corners and it opens a corner library. There are numerous libraries with collections of different styles of corners. If I just go in the standard and I put the crescent corner on, I've got a choice. I can push down any of these four corner buttons to put the corner on, or I can click the set all button. If I want it just on the top left and top right, I do that. I click OK, and then it changes the design and it indicates that you've put those corners on the corner styles sheet. If I go down here, I can click here. I can go to a different library. I can click a different corner. I can say, okay, I want it on the bottom left and the bottom right, and I can click OK, and there you go. Now we've got a shield shape. Okay, when I'm ready to cut, I click send to cut. It opens the cut software and it says, hey, do you want to initialize the machine? So I say yes, and the machine will reset. So because this is a servo motor machine, it can reset itself. Also the XLs can do that too. Eclipses have always been able to reset themselves. Okay, now just for a demo purpose, now my software is open, and if I press cut, the machine will run. But I'll show you a couple things first. I can just cut the opening. I can click that and I can cut the opening and the frame size. I can also cut in an array. So if I want, I can say, okay, I want 4 of these wide and 3 of these tall. Oops, it didn't take 3, it'll only do 2. So if I click OK, then it's ready to cut a whole sheet of this design. Okay, I'll go back to single mat, openings only. I can also do dry run, and it will paint the screen in the order that it's going to cut. The dashed green line is motion, non-cutting motion, and then the blue lines are cut. Okay, if I tell it to cut, it will turn, oh, I didn't turn the clamps on, so I'll turn the clamps on. Okay, so I'll hit retry, and there it goes. Now it's going to show me what it's going to do in red before the machine does it. Now I've got the head open because I don't want to actually cut the mat. I just want to watch the mechanics work. Okay. Now, on a Pro, I have some feedback. For example, if I go here, I'm going to hit Advanced View. It's going to ask me for a password. I'll click in the password. Now I can see Advanced View down here at the bottom. Now I can watch the feedback from the machine when I press cut. You can see right here, it's got these positions. Well, let me press the cut. So while the machine's moving, those numbers are all changing because I know these are also the inputs and outputs up here. Okay? And I know exactly what the machine's doing because they're brushless servo motors. Okay, now let's try that again. We're going to press cut. And you'll notice that there's a pause button here. When I hit pause, it will pause at the end of the motion that it's doing. And now you can see that the machine's just sitting there waiting for us. We can press resume and it will continue on. Press pause again. Say, oh, hey, I want to change the blade. Look, there's a blade change option right here. So if I click blade change, the cutting head comes home and it's ready for you to change the blade. And when I'm done, it'll go back to where it was and finish cutting. And back to its home position. Okay. To turn off advanced view, you just click on setup and uncheck that box. Another feature I have is step through. If I want to look at what the machine's doing in detail, I can hit full screen and now you can see it's zoomed in. And if I use step through, every time I click next step, it shows me a motion on the machine. So if I'm having a problem with it cutting, I can diagnose where the problem is. Okay. Dry run just paints it automatically and normal. Shows you the drawing and cut screen, goes back to this window so I can actually press the cut button. Okay. That's it.